Okay, hey, Dr. Roos again, and I wanted to do a video for the, I guess it would be week 2 video. Um, Hopefully, this is right the course website and the announcement for week 1, right? And like I'll have one for each week, and I'm pretty sure Emily's going to be doing the same thing for lab. But anyway, so week 1, hopefully you've completed a syllabus quiz. If you haven't, be sure you do that before the 25th. That's how I'm verifying your attendance. If you don't complete that, you can be dropped from the course. Okay. Then I've had that lab syllabus video and this video here. Uh, I made the video on the course syllabus, like I think it was in December. So there might have been some things, that I missed or something anyway. But I made the lab syllabus video. I guess it was last week. I think sometime. But anyway, watch both of these two videos, right? And it, especially for the lab, it kind of explains the differences. What the Connect virtual labs, right? Which you have to. I put the website up here for the Connect virtual labs. Somebody was asking me about that. Uh, there's this Connect number that you can always call if you have trouble finding the website, or if you want to pay for access. I'm sure if you called that number, they could help you with it, because you do need a PIN, I think. Now, if you've taken Bio 1 Connect with Karen Braley, it may still work. So don't buy anything until you try it. You might, when you click on this virtual Connect virtual lab, it'll take you to that website and you've already logged on, and it may know that. And I just suggest you do that. Now, if you have any questions about Falcon Online, which means questions about in the content section of Falcon Online, then you could call them, right? If you can't upload things or download things, or your computer may not be compatible, so they can tell you those kinds of things. And then for week 1, I wanted you to go, watch my video on chapter 19 PowerPoint. So go ahead and do that if you want. And I'll have a week 2, my office hours. So there'll be, some of these quizzes you can't log on to quiz number 2 to the 22nd. The 29th you can log on to everything. So next Sunday you'll have access to you'll be able to even take exam 1 if you wanted to get it out of the way. But you have to complete quiz 1, 2, 3, and 4. I would do them before you take exam 1, and exam 1 is due January 29th. Now, just quickly for the lab, remember, I'm not your lab instructor. So if you have questions about the lab, talk to Emily. Now, there was a problem with, if you were in section 52, this is 51, there's 2 lab sections, but 52, I had to redo I tried to copy in Connect, I tried to copy the Connect, what was in Connect for 51 section, and make a 52 section for Connect. And I made a mistake, so I had to delete that and make another one. Anyway, they had 2 different links, and for some reason, when I changed the link here on the website for Falcon Online, it kept the old link for some reason. I had to delete, and anyway, it's a long story. So remember, I made this announcement about the lab checklist. So if you go to this checklist, there are everything, right? There's 3 things that need to be completed for, this is basically lab 1. Viruses is lab 2. There are 3 things you should complete. Now for this lab number 2, these are 2 different websites. And then there are tutorials that you need to get a certificate of completion when you're finished. So for those two, you need to do upload certificate of completions. Now the first one you don't need to do that, but you upload them into an assignment folder, right? So there's one for pathogens and disease and for viruses spread, right? There's already been 3 people to submit, but you need to upload your certificate of completion for these 2. Now I don't think, when we do the protist, that one, please attach completed worksheet. So there's not a certificate of completion. So hopefully when Emily makes the announcement, she'll put the details for that. Like what needs to be done for the protest. Make sure, I would just link the attachments or the assignment folder in that announcement. That's what I would do. I'm not sure if she plans on doing that. So just keep that in mind, right? So lab number 1, 3 virtual labs. Lab number 2, and if you went to the content section, the 3 things are listed that you need to do with the link. So you click on this link and you get to the, it takes you to the introduction into the viruses. It looks sort of, I'm not sure where this is something that Emily set up, so I'm not real familiar with all these. But read this over, maybe take some notes. But you don't have certificate of completion for this, right? It's just sort of a web page. But these other 2, when you get done with them, and I put up here, I upload certificate of completion for the last 2 assignments. So complete the first 3 connects. So I added the directions for these labs in the content section. If you want to look there too for it. I'm not sure about lab 3 if I put anything for that. Yeah, see, there's not evidence of evolution, right? There's a PDF document that you look for that. Now, there are virtual labs that you need to complete on Connect for lab number 3, right? And then this PDF document is more or less, instead of, having a lab manual, there'll be these kinds of, handouts, I guess you could call them, right? A lab handout. And then that would have information. So when you take a quiz for this lab, this is something you would study for that quiz. Or when you take the practical, right? Practical number 1, I think, covers the first 6 labs. So, things like this would be things you would study instead of having a lab manual. Okay, so I just wanted to make a quick video because I don't want to make these long so that you watch them. And like I say, if you have any questions about the class, right, which I guess for next week, week 2, the announcement, let's see, we can go to that. I think you'll have a new announcement, I think, every Sunday. I think I'll make week number 2, the 20th or the 21st now. But anyway, good luck.